Hey y'all, so today I have a 12 by 12 layout and I am starting off with um, some 12 by 12 paper, and I think it's like Anna Griffin paper that I bought years ago at Marshall's. And when I was looking through this stack, because I was giving it away to my sister who is a school teacher who like takes paper to her work for kids to make cards and stuff like that, but and do little artsy crafty things. I was giving away a bunch of my stuff so she could take it to the school, and I went through this paper and pulled like a couple of the papers that I thought were kind of cute, and this paper stack is not very cute, the one that I have, but there were a few papers in there that I really liked, and I got it, like I said, I got it at Marshall's a few years ago. um, but I started off with that, and it's a 12 by 12 sheet. And then I'm also pulling from Maggie Holmes, like the 6 by 6 pad. I'm matting my photo, which this photo was taken at a beach in Texas. And I'm matting it on just some craft cardstock just to give a little something extra. And since I don't have the 12 by 12 collection of Maggie Holmes, which I wish I did, and I did order some individual papers, so I hope I'll get those soon. But since I don't have the 12 by 12 papers right now, I'm having to settle for the 6 by 6, which is really hard to like do clusters just because everything is just on a smaller scale. So as you see here, I'm looking through the Dear Lizzie to pull something on the bottom there, and then I'll cut another piece, and that will be actually the mat for my title, which it doesn't look like it yet, but it will be. The punch circles are somewhat scrap lifted. I saw somebody, and I want to say it's like maybe somebody from Two Peas. I think I pinned it, and anyway, it was just it. She didn't do it like she. I'm not doing it exactly like she did it, but she punched some circles and just kind of had them floating, and I thought it was super cute. So I sort of stole that from her. I hope she doesn't mind, and I'm totally not taking credit for it though. So as far as like those words are from Maggie Holmes. And I'm not going to use that little watercolor tag that I just took away that had a camera on it. I thought it was too crazy for this layout. These thickers I just bought at Joann's, and they are called Doll, and they're just American Crafts, and they have like a glittery shine to them, or a glittery coat, and they're foam. They're white foam. So halfway through me testing them out on the package, I thought, whatever, I'm wasting time. I'm just gonna put them on the paper, and if it's too short, I'll just cut it. And it was, but I did want to put Texas on there, so it ends up working out perfectly. So that'll be my title, and I'm actually gonna have to put that on top, which is okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start piecing things together. Here's where I will distress with the Tim Holtz scissors. I just decided it looked too flat, and it needed some dimension, so I went ahead and went around all of the edges of the papers that I knew I would probably use, and I didn't care if I roughed them up to the point where they didn't even lay flat at all. That's exactly what I wanted, even if it bent up the papers. I was totally okay with that. So I'll continue doing that, and then I'll turn off the camera here in a second and go to my sewing machine. And I've apologized before for this, but I do not show my sewing. I do show the after, like what I've done afterwards, and then I'll show it up close at the end, but I don't show it just because my sewing machine is not on the same table where I scrap. So I'm going to have to find a way to get it to where I can film it. But until then, I will sew on layouts, but I'll just have to show you guys the finished result. So I had already put those foam letters on this sheet of paper, so I had to go back and distress it a little bit, and I'm gonna pop that up with the foam dots to give it a little bit of dimension so it's not so flat on the page. And then I'm just gonna find places for these random circles from the Maggie Holmes collection. That is a banner from Basic Gray. It's like an ephemera little collection type thing, little card, not chipboard, yeah, chipboard collection. And then these other papers that I'm stacking here and layering here are also from Maggie Holmes. That other little sailboat piece, oh, here's where I did the sewing. You guys can see that. The other ephemera piece, with the sailboat on it, is from Dear Lizzie Lucky Charm. So you can see the back side of this paper. If you like this, I'm really sorry. I don't want to be offensive to anybody, but I think it's super ugly. So I just can't believe how cute the other side is. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking when I buy stuff, and then I go back and look at it. And it could have been that it was just cheap. So I thought, oh, this has some cute stuff in it. It's worth like the $3. But I only took like 3 pieces from this stack that I really liked now. So here I have, I'm taking a stamp from Michael's, and it was in the dollar section. It has a few different, it has a couple of arrows, I think. No, it has this arrow and then like some faux washi. And I took wet cement, like a mid-tone shadow ink from Hero Arts, and just made a little, I hardly ever use stamps, so I really wanted to use stamps. This is a stamp by Allie Edwards, by Technique Tuesday, and I went ahead and stamped that. And I did not want to do it in black because even though my journaling is in black, I didn't want anything else bold besides my journaling, just because I feel like it is a really airy, like light page, and that's kind of how I wanted to keep it. Here's where this is a October Afternoon carbon copy, and then I will use Mr. Huey's opaque white as well. I love the October Afternoon ink. It gets everywhere and it's super messy, but it dries super fast. So I also sewed on the top and bottom of the photo as well. And then here I forgot to distress this cloud that I used from the Snap collection. So I go back and I distress that, and then I put a label sticker down by my Mind's Eye that I got at Michael's, and it says, "You make me so happy." And here I'm adding basic gray and my Mind's Eye enamel dots. Here is where I'll do my journaling, and I will just put, I'm really sorry if this is going super fast. I hope that I've explained everything as good as possible, but I'm taking what kind of marker? This is the best marker. Let me see. A Micron, I think it's 05, and I'm just writing that this picture was taken in Galveston, and we went with David and his nephews and his sister and his brother-in-law, and we had a blast playing games, and we stayed in a beach house, and overall it was just like a really great time. So I went ahead and wrote that, and that was actually in 2010 when we went. So here's the finished layout, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm going to try to, I slowed it down so you guys could see it up close. So I hope that it doesn't skip too bad. Sometimes, I don't know why it does that, but sometimes it skips pretty bad. But thank you guys so much again for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Thanks again.